because my thing is, if you've been doing it like this for all these years and you haven't experienced any backlash, any drying, any change in texture or anything?
Nothing. I love it.
So that says a lot. It's got to be something to do with the quality of the henna you're using and the process, the way that you're doing it.
Yes, most definitely. And I think someone has to be willing to explore. And for me, I really process the information that I hear on YouTube, and I do follow people that I trust, that the information that they are communicating is valid information that makes reasonable sense. Sometimes most of us, I see some sisters, you are locked, but the things you are hearing don't make sense. But like I have another sister, the close friend of mine, she dyed her hair and she hasn't conditioned her hair, and then she got locks, and it's like falling off one by one. And I'm like, are you serious? I mean,
someone told her not to condition, right?
And she has stuck by the rules. I can't condition.
Everybody's hair is different. Everybody's hair responds to anything you put in it differently. Do your due diligence, do your research, and take all of the advice that Priscilla has given you under advisement. Even when I try the Henna Guys red henna on my hair in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do my due diligence and I'm going to spot test it before I put it all over my head, because of the experiences that I've had with henna in the past. So again, do your due diligence. We want your testimony to be something that is positive. However, we are not responsible for your outcomes because we simply can't be. Everybody's hair is different. So just like when you use a hair color or anything else, once you test it on your hair, you have to give it months of time to see how your hair responds. Experience the I Am Melanin Magic difference by going to our website, www.IamMelaninMagic.com, and purchasing your products today. I am Melanin Magic, and so are you.
Welcome to Tunisia's Locs, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri, the channel where we get it all in. You can also learn more about the I Am Melanin Magic brand. Thank you for stopping by.
Look at your hair color!
How are you? You are as beautiful as ever, my friend.
You're way more beautiful than the pictures do you justice. Rich queen, look at you. Oh my gosh. Priscilla, you have gorgeous complexion. Your hair is perfect for your skin tone.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
I love it too. It's so nice to finally meet you. You know, we've been going back and forth.
Yes.
Wow, Priscilla, I love your hair. Now, you know we got to talk about that henna. You know, that's why we're on here today, but I wanted to talk with you too.
Yes, ma'am, me too. I just, the first time I saw you, your hair color is what attracted me to your channel.
Oh, really?
Yes. And then I followed how you were dyeing your hair, and every video you put out dyeing your hair, I would watch it and stuff. But then I was like, well, okay, I can't do that, but I just love the color. I loved your color.
You know, it's funny because probably when you saw me, my hair was probably closer to your color.
Yes.
It was a little more red. Now all of it has come out. It's been a few years since I even did a rinse, and I'm on the fence getting ready to take the plunge with the hair color that you're recommending, because you know I bought 2 or 3 packs of it when we first started texting about the color about 3-4 months ago. So I'm just gonna gently ease myself in because I want to get the same results you did, you know, and I'm just a little, we'll talk about that later because I've had a lot of experiences with the henna that but you're having good experiences, and that's why I wanted to bring you on here and let you talk with us a little bit about it.
Let's do it. Okay, so I sort of kind of went natural a few years earlier, maybe way earlier, because I'm highly allergic to stuff. Highly allergic. So relaxers used to do a number on me. Every time I would do a relaxer, I would have chemical burns all the time. So I figured, well, when going natural was in, I figured, well, I think it's time to ditch the relaxers and go natural. Then I went natural, but my natural journey was really painful because the detangling trip was really a trip for me because it took hours and hours and hours. So then I explored Locs, and then when I first discovered how much they cost, I was like, oh, there is no way I will spend that kind of money on a hair. No way. So then I eventually took the plunge. I, gathered my money together, and I told my husband, I was like, okay, I want to do this hairdo because, mine was like $1,000, and my husband was like, I got to go with you to see this kind of $1,000 hairdo.
I know.
So he went with me, and but anyway, so I did, I didn't do much research, I think, when I first went to do the locks. I knew I wanted the hairstyle, but as far as the ins and outs, I didn't do enough research. So I just saw, normally I just go by what I see. If I see someone with nice braids, then I can see the work. So I go by what I see. So I met someone whose hair had been done by this person, and they gave me her number, and I contacted her, and that's how I ended up going to her to get my hair done. So I guess some of the things that I didn't research on was, I know you talked about it on your channel, is that my hair was 12 inches, but she locked 8 inches and left the other 4, but billed me for the 12 inches. So that really 4
inches out on the end.
Yes, that got me really cranky, because when I got home, I was like, I hated it. The first week was really bad. The first month was really bad because I hated it. But and then I had my nieces at home. They were like, let's twist the ends. So they twisted the ends that were left out as unlocked. So that got really, really better. It got better. The first 3 weeks, it got better. So I was like, oh, I think I can do it.
Excuse me.
She charged me for 12. But only locked 8. So she didn't, the other 4 was just a gift.
When you got home before y'all started twisting, it looked crazy, right?
It looked crazy. I was just like, what did I do? And then the money, but I almost cut my hair off. But the money was like, how can I just walk in, dash $1,000, come back, come home and cut it off? It doesn't make sense. So that's what made us explore other options. So we twisted the ends, and then that felt better. And then one of the issues was I was told not to wash my hair for the first 5 weeks. And I have very sensitive skin, I have eczema, and I could barely go 2 weeks without washing my hair. 10 days, by the day 10, 12, 13, 14, I'm just struggling. So here I am, I'm told not to wash my hair for 5 weeks. I was like, I tried. On week number 3, I was like, there's no way. So washed my hair, right? I was told no conditioner, don't wash your hair, all these rules and regulations. And I just said, forget it. So I washed my hair, nothing happened. I didn't lose nothing, no hair unraveled or anything like that. So that's when I realized that there's a lot of misinformation in the Sisterlocks community. It's a whole lot of misinformation. So, and I think it's our responsibility for those that want locks, that pay the money for the locks, to process the information we're hearing to see if it makes sense or not. Because I figured if I was a loose natural and I was spending that many hours detangling my hair, now that I'm locked, what is going to happen? If I wash my hair, nothing, and nothing happened. And I conditioned my hair day 1.
And that's important because what I hear you saying a few things. Number one, the same thing doesn't work for everyone. Number 2, we have to analyze the information that we're getting. And number 3, you have to sometimes override something that your loctician may say because you know better, either through common sense or through your own experiences.
Exactly. So especially on the fact that we are all not the same. All this, don't oil your scalp, because I have a particular routine for my scalp, and not going without washing my hair was wrong, number 1, and not oiling my scalp, don't put any products. All those things were just nonsense to me because I'm not that person. I have to have something on my scalp, or I have a lot of problems as skin condition. So all those things made my initial month very challenging. The money is what made me still have locks, how much I had invested, but otherwise the first month was really challenging. And then from there, you know, and then another one was don't color your hair. No, this kind. I was going in with henna already. So I'm like, I'm not going to stop henna so that I can have locks. So I
Okay, so you were doing henna before you even had your locks in the first
Yes.
place.
Yes,
Okay.
I grayed in my teens. You know, by the time I hit my 30s, I was almost gray, 100% gray. I mean, now I'm 100% gray.
You're 100% gray normally.
Yes, I'm about 80% gray. So I cannot tolerate the gray at all. So that's what made me, I already was doing henna anyway before the locks. So being told don't curl, don't do, I was just like, you know, whatever. I didn't listen to any of that.
I look at your hair and I would never guess that you were 80 to 100% gray. Your hair is so vibrant, it's so rich. And not only that, it looks so healthy and solid, you know, it looks really good.
Henna, it's all henna, because I cannot tolerate anything else.
And here you are, you used, and see, this is why I really wanted you to be on here as well, because everybody doesn't have a pleasant experience with henna, but there's something that you can add that may be able to turn that around, because you are not only just having a pleasant experience, you've been using henna for years.
Yes.
And your hair looks good, your hair is healthy, and you're pleased with it, on top of the fact that you have a very sensitive scalp. Yes. So if something was going on with the henna that you were using, you would know it. Let me ask you this, are you using the same henna now that you were all these years, or has that changed?
I think initially my henna journey, I tried because I would, you know, I knew about henna, natural. I'm into naturals. Like, oh, okay, natural sounds good because I burn with everything that I put on my hair.
Right.
So my so I thought, well, okay, let me explore henna. So I explored henna, and then I went to an Indian store. And I think the boxes, there's some hennas that you have to be careful with where you buy your henna. You know, there's some box hennas that it's powder still, but there's a lot of underlying chemicals and things like that. And that initial experience with henna was kind of iffy because there was something in it that made me itch. But so then I realized that maybe it's not pure henna. You know, I talked to some Indian friends of mine that they said, well, if it's giving you any problems, it's not pure, because pure henna is a plant. Either you're totally allergic to the whole plant, or if you're not that allergic to the plant, there's something else in it that is not supposed to be in it. So that's when I started going to Indian hairdressers to get them to put henna, but they had such a hard time with our hair because I was natural. So they couldn't party, they couldn't, you know, apply the henna properly. So then I took on the henna myself. I took it up myself. I said, I think so then I started really researching, really researching. So, you know, what I was looking for was the quality of the products and the reputation, I guess, of the seller, depending on how well they knew henna. So I found someone online. She Mehandy for henna. I think I shared with you the link.
Yes.
I trust their brand so much. And then I just went with them. And then the next issue was, what color do you want? So you have to play with the ratios of the indigo henna to get the color you want.
So when you say you have to play with the ratios of the indigo henna, like the color that I have, I think it's burgundy. I think that's the color that I have. I should have brought it down here.
Yeah, because close man, that's why I followed your channel. I saw your color. I was like, that's it. That's it. I want to know what she does.
No, but that wasn't the henna, but that's what I'm trying to capture, is the color similar to yours. So I think I purchased the burgundy, and you're saying I need to mix that with indigo and play with the ratios.
So it depends on the one that you purchased, you know, from the henna guys. I think it's way what the one you're talking about. From the henna guys, I think it's already mixed the ratio that you want. So you don't have to do it, just follow the instructions, except the secret to henna is they say that mix with a liquid. It doesn't matter what liquid you mix.
Right.
Like mix with a liquid. So I've tried them all. When I first started my henna journey, I started with, they said, oh, mix with tea. I did that. okay, I don't know. I wasn't very happy with that. I don't know for what, some reason I wasn't happy. But then at the time I was also exploring, you know, the ratios. And then they say, because I wanted that deep red. So they said mixed with there are flowery plants that are reddish.
Hibiscus or
Yes.
sorrel.
I tried hibiscus, and then I wasn't happy about that. Then I saw some people that say, you know, mixed with wine. I was like, I don't know about that. You know, red wine, like Belgian wine. That one I never tried.
Yeah, alcohol.
And then, but I just got so much more comfortable with it that and then I have skin condition that my scalp is very sensitive. So now I was looking for something that would be conditioning to my scalp and be conditioning to my hair. So you know, eventually I came across the coconut. The coconut, what do you call it? Coconut cream is more recent, like within the last 2 years. But just coconut, pure coconut. What do you call it? Is it coconut milk? I was using coconut milk there for years. You know, after I got my locks, then I went with the coconut milk, because there's a time my scalp was really damaged from all the Sisterlocks regulations and stuff. My scalp was really damaged, sensitive, super sensitive. So it was super sensitive. So that's when I started to try the coconut milk. I love coconut milk. And then I loved the coconut cream is even better for me.
Okay, so you shifted from the coconut milk to the coconut cream, and you found you still got a pleasing result, but it was more gentle on your hair because of the coconut cream.
It was more soothing to my scalp. The cream is more soothing and conditioning to my scalp. I'm treating my scalp condition together with conditioning my hair. I'm conditioning both my scalp and hair. With hair. Yeah, but then again, I'm one of those people that have always conditioned my hair. So I'm not one of those people that follow the rules that don't condition your hair, because I meet some of my friends that have never conditioned their hair since they got Sisterlocks. And I don't understand that. I cannot. That's one of the reasons why, you know, I had to go on my own and do my own thing, because everything that I was hearing was contrary to what my hair
what your hair needs, right? Let me ask you this. So with the conditioner that you use, because I will sparingly condition mine. If I color it, I'll condition it every blue moon, but I'm not one that conditions very much. What kind of conditioner do you use on your hair that doesn't create issues?
I use Design Essentials. So essentially, I wash my hair with Design Essentials. I have two conditioners that I use. There's one that is a moisture fuse that I use. Then I can share with you the ones that I use. But I do use the two, what do you call it? The two shampoos. And then I do instant conditioner, or I do deep conditioner. But I do condition my hair. Like from day one, the very first time I wash my hair, I've always conditioned my hair.
How often do you wash, Priscilla?
Most every 2 weeks.
Okay, every 2 weeks. So you use going back to the henna, you use the coconut cream even with the henna guys, henna?
I use the one with Mehandi henna. I think it's the one that I use. And the reason why I use it is because that's who I started off with from the beginning. Okay. And then the Mehandi guys, I'm going to try them as well, because the color is so vibrant. So I'm going to try them. Like I think I'm going to try them. But the one that I use is because they do communicate that it's great for some Sisterlocks, because it's finer powder. It's very fine powder, so it washes easier.
Do you think it's more fine than the henna guys?
I haven't tried the henna guys yet. I haven't opened the package yet. I just bought some. I haven't opened the package yet to see.
Because what I was going to do with the henna guys was just try it on a section of my hair first and see how it performed. But I also want to try a section of my hair on the Mehandi henna.
I see, to see which one comes out best.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you gave me that link. That might have been the first link you gave me, but I'm not sure if I have that one. I need to get that one because I want to get it. And that's the one that we're mixing with the indigo and trying to find the correct ratio, right?
Yes, so there's two products we're discussing. The first product is the Mehandi henna. The Mehandi henna, over time, I have played around with the ratios, depending on the color you want. And there's charts on the internet that shows you what is your color before you start. And before we go into all of that, someone has to realize that it does not change your color if you own black hair. Black hair will remain black hair. It will just be more shiny and more, some people get some kind of red tone to it. Right. But for the most part, like if you have stripped your hair of color, like your ends, I can see will probably take the henna so much more because you have bleached it at some point or another. Whereas people like me, my hair is paper white, so it absorbs all the henna, completely. So I mean, people don't know that I'm 80 to 80% gray because it absorbs all the henna. So those are some of the advantages that I've seen. But anyway, from deciding on what henna to buy, make sure it's pure, it's very pure henna, make sure it's a reputable brand. And I've read online that the henna guys are very reputable brand also. And my Mehandi hair is also very reputable brand. So
can you spell that for the viewers? Spell Mehandi so they can look that up if they choose.
Mehandi is M-E-H-A, Mehandi, H-A-N-D-I.
Okay.
Mehandi for hair. I think if you just type in Mehandi for hair, and I'll share with you the link for yeah. And
I'll put it in the description for the viewers.
So once you decide to go with henna, depending on your baseline, if I had color in my hair or not, and what color do I want? Based on the color charts, it will tell you 25 to 75% henna indigo, or 30% henna indigo, or that's kind of sort of how that's what my journey has been. I've been playing around with the henna to see what is my sweet spot. So sometimes I mix it 35%, 65% henna indigo. The indigo is the smaller portion.
So if someone were trying to get a reddish red, what would be the percentage of Mehandi versus indigo?
It depends on your hair color, baseline hair. That's the thing. But for me, I use 40%, 60% henna and 40% indigo. That's what I use. And I just eyeball it. I don't measure it. I just eyeball it. Say, oh yeah, that's enough. Yeah. But then once so someone has to be willing to experiment.
Yes, okay.
Someone has to be willing to experiment. So depending on your hair color, then you just sort of kind of play around with what ratios did this work? No, let me try something else next time. Let me try something else. And remembering that henna does not wash out. So that was another thing that really attracted me to henna, is that, no matter what you do to it, it doesn't wash out. It doesn't, like regular box dyes, it fades over time. The henna doesn't do that.
Yeah, that was one of the things that attracted me to henna many years ago. Actually, it was my journey with henna that caused me to end up getting locks, because at that time, even though I had used henna previous to, I used henna back in my 20s, but I think the quality of henna was not genuine henna, because my hair was pitch black, almost green, and then it was hard. That was a journey. So fast forward maybe 20 years later, I tried it again, but it was going well. I was in a community around a lot of Sudanese, Somali, and Ethiopian women, and that's all they use. And the men, when they grow beard, they use the henna, so they ship it from home. So I was doing fine, and I was doing it a lot, but I was still, like you said, I wanted lighter, lighter, lighter. It was just working within the range of my hair color. So the mistake I made was thinking that it was natural. We think natural, we think non-chemical. We think something doesn't have a range of being potentially irritating to our hair or whatever. The bottom line is that I then put color on top of it within a few weeks, not recognizing chemical on chemical. You just cannot do that. And my hair just started. Ooh. And my hair was a nice length, and I actually was, after about 2 to 3 weeks, I was able to do this and get hair, and it just started coming out, and eventually I had to go this short. And that's when I started twisting, and then the next year I ended up getting the Sisterlocks. But that was my fault, not realizing that you're still dealing with a chemical. You're dealing with, even though it's natural, it has chemical constituencies to it found in nature, just like the essential oils that I put in here. So we have to be careful. and
Mhm.
it changes the structure. It's permanent, which is a good thing if you're looking for permanent. But then to turn around and put that synthetic stuff on top of it, which was the hair dye, that's what happened to me.
I see.
So going in, I should be good this time. Doing it what you're saying.
I love it. I love it. I can't even express to you just how much I love it, because it is so, first of all, I don't have the skin conditions that I normally, I cannot tolerate color. So I would be 100% gray because I can't tolerate color. So then when I started, after I dye my hair, you know, I'm happy for however many weeks it takes until I have dyed again. And then I don't dye the rest of it. I only dye the roots because it doesn't change. The rest of it.
That's right. So this part is permanent. So all you're having to do is do a touch up, like when we used to do relaxers, we just do the new growth.
Yes, exactly. So I just love it. I love it. I you know, the thing about, until if someone is interested in it, it's intense though. It's not for the faint-hearted at all, because first of all, once you decide how to mix it, what ratio you want, then you go through the process of mixing it. And for me, I use the ACV, like I put my henna in a bowl and then I put my ACV to wet the henna, and then I now get to the consistency that I like using the coconut cream. So wetting the hair is the ACV, and then now I use the coconut cream now to really get to the consistency I want. So that process alone is not it's a long process. So you mix it, then you let it sit for at least 12 to 24 hours. So you have to sort of kind of plan your coloring, like, okay, when do I want to color my hair? So, let's say I'm planning to color my hair on Saturday, then I know that on Thursday I need to start, putting my stuff together, I mix in a bowl, and then I let it sit Friday, and then Saturday I apply. So essentially, after 24 hours, after I've mixed the henna, then I apply it to my hair, and then I let it sit on my head for another 12 to 24 hours. So that's the part. If you because I see some people jump in and say, oh, they applied hair, 30 minutes later they're talking about washing it off, and I'm thinking, okay, are you serious?
Most people wash it off within a couple hours.
No, the longer it is on your hair, the deeper the color. So it's not for the faint-hearted at all.
It's not. I can see that. You're definitely a maverick. You're a rebel. I can see that.
You have to be, I mean, for me, I'm motivated because I can't tolerate the color. So I'm motivated to make sure that, and I love the hair. I absolutely love it. It conditions my hair. It doesn't damage my hair. I'm not allergic to any.
See, you're having a wonderful, you're having a wonderful experience. And that's why after this video, I'm going to sit down over the next several days and edit your other videos so that people can see your actual process and what you go through and the level of commitment and the time and the pre-planning to get the results that you have. Because my thing is, if you've been doing it like this for all these years and you haven't experienced any backlash, any drying, any change in texture or anything?
Nothing. I love it.
So that says a lot. It's got to be something to do with the quality of the henna you're using and the process, the way that you're doing it.
Yes, most definitely. And I think someone has to be willing to explore. And for me, I really process the information that I hear on YouTube, and I do follow people that I trust that the information that they are communicating is valid information that makes reasonable sense. Sometimes most of us, I see some sisters, you are locked, but the things you are hearing don't make sense. But like another sister, the close friend of mine, she dyed her hair and she hasn't conditioned her hair, and then she got locks, and it's like falling off one by one. And I'm
cool.
I'm like, are you serious? I mean,
someone told her not to condition, right?
And she has stuck by the rules. I can't condition the rules, yes. And she's falling off.
The Sisterlocks Mafia. Shout out to one of the sisters on the channel called it the Sisterlocks Mafia. And that's what that's like. Like, you cannot condition, you cannot, even though my hair is falling out, you can't oil, you can't condition, you can't put anything in it. I got flaking scalp, I can't do anything.
That's why I follow your channel. I was like, she is communicating information. The minute you said she put oil on your scalp, the day that she looked at you, I was like, that's the sister I'm going to follow. So I very few people that I follow that are locked, and I because of the information that you guys are disseminating that is valid. Not, and then I'm a rebel too. This is my hair. I do what I want with my hair.
That's right. That's right.
Sisters, what are you doing? It's your hair. You do
So your friend's hair is coming out.
Yeah, my friend's hair is coming. She just took some, she's like, oh, you lost 13 looks. I was like, see?
Are they coming out at the root too, or are they coming out?
Right off. She said it just fell right off. So I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. After
What
spending,
kind of color did she use? Do you happen to know?
I think she bleached the ends of her hair. I think she wanted to do that ombre look or something like that. And then, but it's bleached, like bleached. So I'm like, you're bleached and you're not coloring your hair. I mean, where is that coming from? Because
that bleach kills the hair. Like if you're going up that high in color, I found a lot of people who've done the bleaching where they get the really light blonde color. That's when they start to lose locks. Some people. Yes. It's a lot. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, like if you bleached your hair and you were relaxing your hair, you'd be conditioning it up and down, right?
You have to condition. Yeah, you got to come back in with that conditioner.
You are bleaching your hair. How is that different? It's totally different. Your hair is damaged, and you cannot not condition it. But she hasn't conditioned in a year or so that she's been locked, and now it's falling out. So, but that's what I'm saying is that I know one of the questions that you had asked me was, what should someone do to prepare themselves for the lock journey? I think one is, do research, process the information you are hearing, and then be committed before you spend the money. See if you are committed enough to have locks. And then, of course, you're going to have a lot of encounters with locticians, and you will not be satisfied with all of them. You probably won't be satisfied with any of them, like me. And at the end of the day, are you willing to take ownership of your hair or not?
And active participant in your own rescue, because you better be involved in what's going on. You had a difficult time with locticians, didn't you?
I did.
Could you talk to us about that?
Yes, I from the beginning, sitting in the chair and hearing all this information, don't wash, don't condition, in my mind, I was like, rubbish. Automatically, I lost confidence in the person, because I first of all, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to follow any of that because it didn't apply to me. It didn't make sense. I mean, if I am spending hours detangling my hair, now that I'm locked, what is going to happen to it? Nothing. So why are you telling me not to condition my hair? And then I realized that most of it was meant to protect the brand, to protect the loctician more than to protect you, the person in the chair that is getting their hair done.
Explain what you mean by that, please. Can you go further?
Yes, I feel like all this, like, don't condition your hair, is because they are afraid that your hair will unravel, or if the technique is not good enough, your hair is not going to withstand the conditioner, and then now you blame them for the work not done well, versus actually your hair not, you condition your hair and then your hair didn't work out. I just think it's a lot of information that is meant to protect the brand. It doesn't apply. Like, don't wash your hair. Why not? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking the other day that, locks traditionally have had such a negative view on locks from the beginning. And why was that? Because it was filthy. Most of the traditional locks back then were really filthy. People not washing their hair. So I'm like, why are we listening to all this nonsense? Why am I not washing my hair? I don't want to adopt the dirty locked person that traditionally we've heard of. We want to just a new age locks, clean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, high level locks. So why wouldn't I wash my hair? So those are some of the things that sort of kind of made me like, oh, okay, so you have to be willing to process the information that you're hearing, and then willing to take ownership of your own hair. And I think because we spend so much money, people are just afraid that they will mess something up and then lose all that money. But actually, you may likely lose more money by following the rules. Like for me, I almost lost my locks by following the rules, trying to follow them for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's very interesting you say that, because for me, like when Efraj put oil in my hair the first day, I was thinking, ooh, the Sisterlocks, is it okay to put the oil in? Da 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 da. Because that's, you read the book and you say, okay, you're paying all this money, you want to make sure everything goes right, you're going to do everything by the book, right? And then she really broke it down real quick about the natural hair thing. And most of the people, a lot of them, not most of them, who are locticians may not have experience with natural hair. And she went on to go into that, and it made sense. And then the other thing I had to say to myself was, Tanisha, you needed oil before you had the Sisterlocks. Of course you're going to need oil later. I remember without the oil, my hair is very dry. And when it's dry, it's going to be brittle, it's going to snap. And with those constant retightenings, while you may get away with not having something on your hair initially, at some point, you're going to experience some type of fallout consequence as a result of not using anything on your hair. It's not going to be good for the hair. Even the shampoos can dry our hair out. We have to replenish.
Yes. And I think, too, on YouTube, people have to follow people that do their own locks versus people that are locked. They have much more beautiful hair. For me, from where I'm sitting, I have some of the best, locks out there are people who are do-it-yourself lockers, people who do it themselves from scratch. And they are far more beautiful hair. And because you know your own head, you know your own hair. And if you were a loose natural, you know your hair, but now you know your hair, right? If you're an adult, you've done your hair all these years. You know what your hair responds to, what it doesn't respond to. So if your hair responded to conditioning, why would removing conditioning help your hair to do better? It doesn't. It makes it worse. So, like one of the sisters that I follow on YouTube, she says she does everything that she did with her hair. She treats her hair as a loose natural. She's just locked, but what she did is a loose natural is what she does as the lock sister. And that's what I also believe in that principle. What worked for me is a loose natural is what I continue to do.
I think you have to be willing to put the time in and the extra steps and to take the care and to monitor your hair to see what your hair likes, what your hair doesn't like, and what your hair needs. I definitely feel like it's an individual process. There's no way under the sun I would have been able to color my hair, pick lint out, pull the ends off, and do all the things I've done on my hair if my hair was not strengthened with some type of oil. Because I'm putting the nutrients back in my hair. You know what I'm saying? Our hair is exposed to so many different things. We wouldn't walk around and never put lotion on our skin.
That's exactly right. So that's all those things is like, and then we cannot all be the same. We don't have all the same texture. I'm sure the brand says one thing, blanket statement for everybody. It's not. Some of us are more deep 4C hair. Some of us are more for light 4C hair. Some are 3A, some are whatever. So we cannot all have the same process as if we are one hair type. We're not. We're all very different. So texture, what is your texture and what does your texture respond to? And that's it. I mean, all these, I don't follow anybody's rules. I do what I want.
I understand. Well, it's working for you. Look, I mean, it's working for you. And considering like you are someone that has had problematic scalp irritation and issues. Yeah, coming from someone like you, it has a lot of validity because you are taking the extra steps anyway. Your hair is going to let you know immediately. Your scalp is going to let you know immediately if you can do this product or if you can't, or if that process works or if that process doesn't.
Yeah, and for me, it's hold on.
I love Priscilla.
I'm back, sorry.
Thank you. That's okay. Thank you. Priscilla, how has using I Am Melanin Magic products helped your hair? How's that working for your hair?
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love the way it smells. I love, like, once I wash my hair and I do, my routine, then it's like after, just putting the shine back to it, I just put it over all my hair. And I think the product that I bought, I didn't buy hair growth because I was like, oh my God, if I buy hair growth, I'll still when I I love to hair on my hair every 2 weeks, but I love.
It's too much growth means that gray is going to be coming up, and you're going to be doing those 12, the 48-hour, 2-3 day sessions with Henna.
Exactly, painful. But I love it, and it's an awesome product. And then it's like, I think for me, having followed you for quite some time, the information that you share is valid information. So, and I saw you playing around with your product. You always used to share your oils, and explain each oil, why you choose one oil over another. So I knew that, when you came out with a product, I knew that it's a product that is someone that has tried these oils over time. Because from what you were communicating, I figured you shared that you had tried some of these oils. You played around with things, with the oils, and why you were putting this oil together and that oil together. And I think that gave me confidence in a product that you would come out with, because I knew that the information that you were sharing was valid. I was like, oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that. I see that. So, and then by the time you came out the product, I was like, oh my God, the hair product I'll buy, because I trust. If you are communicating valid information all the time, and you are playing around with the product over time, then the product you come up with is you have a reason why you put all the oils together in the ratios and conditions that you put in. So I trusted your brand, I trusted the product, and I love it. And then when it came, I was just in love with the scent. So I really was like, scent! The scent is awesome!
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I really am. I think it's kind of like you with that henna. When you are, when you really care about something, like we care about keeping our hair healthy. So we're always looking at different ways. We're looking at what works. It's kind of like being in a lab,
Exactly.
I'm one of those people. I'm very picky, and I've seen a lot of people, and I've heard from through the channel, a lot of people having difficulties with their hair. And I know that the longer that you have these locks, if you're not doing what you need to do, and sometimes that regimen may need to change, but you got to be doing something, because we put a lot of stress on our hair with these retypings. Thank you. Can you say that again? That's going to be at the beginning of the video. Please say that again.
You are less likely to damage your locks than a loctician would. Less likely. It's your hair. You are not
oh
going
my gosh, that is so true. You doing your own hair is less likely. You're less at risk of damaging your own locks than your loctician. And that's the truth.
That's the truth. That is the absolute truth. So, and I don't know why people are so afraid. That's the thing. Why are you so afraid? You are not going to, mess up your hair. She is going to mess up your hair.
I love talking to you. I'm so glad that you are here today with us. Priscilla, you're going to have to come on at regular intervals.
Well, next time I'll make sure my husband is not home.
Due to the excessive length of this video, it has been divided in half. I will edit and repost or post the second part of the video, which begins to get into other Sisterlocks issues and concerns. Please stay tuned for part 2 of this henna video, where our sister Priscilla is going to actually demonstrate how she mixes her mehendi henna in order to achieve the nice bright burgundy results that she gets on her all gray hair. Keep in mind that her hair is fully gray. It's difficult to see the brilliance of her color here in this video, but it is in fact brilliant.
If you are not using I Am Melanin Magic hair oil, then what are you using?
Hey guys, so I started using this oil called I Am Melanin Magic since February of this year, and check out the new growth. Like, it's insane. Not only did it help with my new growth, but it smells amazing too.
See the dramatic improvements Denisha has made after not having hair around her edges for 3 years. Tanya's hair had been like this for almost 20 years, and while getting injections. Her doctor said it was scarred and would never grow back. After 4 weeks of using I Am Melanin Magic, this is what she looked like. I Am Melanin Magic did this to Danette's hair after a short time.
Hi, I'm the creator of the I Am Melanin Magic hair and skincare brand. My vision has always been to develop a line of products that meets the unique needs of melanated people. The I Am Melanin Magic hair oil is our premier product. It is the leading high-end supplement for your mane.
It reduces breakage, promotes growth, and can be used on all hair types and looks, from straightened hair and microlocks to wigs and protective styles.
It's antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-funk, so you know you're protected.
It softens and conditions your hair, and it's anti-frizz too.
This really is all you need. It's rich with antioxidants, loaded with growth-promoting ingredients. Look at the growth of my hair. The proof is in the product. Need I say more? Don't delay. Purchase yours today.
I Am Melanin Magic, and so are you.